All I've ever wanted is to find my pack.
Zombies 2 was the perfect sequel, with great new characters and catchy new songs. But it ended with a huge cliffhanger. Does this mean that Zombies 3 is happening? Keep watching to find out.
They think I may be a werewolf too.
What? How?
Let's do a quick recap of everything that happened in Zombies 2. We find out that werewolves used to rule the land around Seabrook. Their moonstone and home were stolen by the settlers. These days, life in Seabrook seems pretty happy. Zombies are fully integrated and mostly accepted. Addison is at cheer camp, and there are even zombies on the cheer squad. She leads the newbies to victory. Zed plans an epic invitation to Prawn, but it goes awry when the bus full-on hits him. Seriously, who lets a shrimp mascot drive a bus? They end up in the Forbidden Forest, where Addison sees the werewolves.
We're not alone. We're surrounded by werewolves. Cool!
This puts Seabrook in a panic, and Addison's mom reinstates all anti-monster laws, preventing Zed from going to the Prawn. The werewolves need to find the moonstone and recharge their gems, otherwise they won't survive. Wyatt thinks Addison's white hair is a sign she is the great alpha who will save them all. Zed runs for school president against Bucky, and Addison has a chance to become cheer captain. She thinks she might be a werewolf and joins their pack. She and Zed have a huge fight because he doesn't want her to be a monster. He tries to pass as human because he thinks that's how zombies will be accepted. Everyone unites and saves the moonstone, and the werewolves recharge their necklaces. Zed and Addison make up and finally lock lips at Prawn. The zombies realize that being monsters is what makes them special.
Because I couldn't accept the fact that I am one.
After the Prawn, Addison is fast asleep in her bed. We hear what sounds like an explosion. Outside her window, something like a blue meteor crashes to the ground outside of Seabrook. Addison wakes up because her clock radio is going crazy with static and music. She looks at the camera and says, "Weird." Then her hair glows blue. The movie ends on this huge cliffhanger. What does it mean? We know that Addison's hair is significant. In the first movie, it just made her different. In Zombies 2, she thinks it might mean she's a werewolf. But now that her white hair can glow, we have so many questions.
My hair means something.
Zombies 2 was just released on February 14th, 2020. They are still riding the wave of the new release, so they haven't officially announced a threequel. However, there's a huge chance we will get a Zombies 3, and most fans agree that the cliffhanger guarantees that it will happen. There is a lot of other evidence to suggest that we'll get a third movie too. First up, Disney Channel wasn't sure if Zombies 2 would happen, so they didn't end the first movie on a cliffhanger. Everything wrapped up neatly just in case the movie wasn't a success. But it was a huge hit. If they weren't sure about Zombies 3, they wouldn't have ended the movie the way they did. Ending on Addison and Zed's romantic scene would have been perfect. The Zombies franchise also has a couple of precedents on Disney Channel. Sometimes original movies stand alone, but their most successful films often turn into trilogies. The Xenon franchise had 3 movies, Halloween Town had 4, and in the last 14 years, Disney Channel has had great success with huge musical movies. High School Musical is the top Disney Channel original movie franchise of all time. This musical had 2 sequels. Then Descendants happened. These movies were such a huge success. They had great characters and even better music. Descendants also became a 3-movie franchise. Zombies has a lot in common with those 2 big musicals. There are edgy musical numbers and awesome dance scenes. And, like Descendants, Zombies has epic-like storylines. It's fantasy, so it's pretty common that it requires multiple movies. So when will Zombies 3 happen? Zombies 2 wasn't even announced until a full year before it came out. We can expect a confirmation from Disney Channel in early 2021. Filming for both movies occurred in the spring and early summer before its release. That means the cast probably won't head back to Toronto until spring of next year. Zombies 2 came out 2 years after the first one, so we can expect to see Zombies 3 in 2022. And Disney always releases its sequels around the same time of year. Since the first 2 were both released in February, we're probably looking at February of 2022.
Maybe they'll rename the school after me one day.
What cast members will return? So far, no one has said they don't want to come back. Most of the principal cast seems open to a third movie, and who can blame them? Filming it looked like so much fun, and they're all such close friends. Milo Manheim, who plays Zed, has confirmed that he is definitely interested in telling the next part of the story. Disney will also probably bring back the same director. Paul Hohen. He's done a lot of great movies for the Disney Channel, and the 2 other big musical trilogies kept the same directors. Paul will make sure the 3rd movie feels like the others. The werewolves are now an important part of Seabrook. They have expressed interest in returning too. We also know that Zombies 3 will have a similar theme and message. Zombies dealt with accepting others who are different. It was an important message about prejudice and how it hurts everyone. Zombies 2 continued this theme, but took it to the next level. Zed showed that sometimes we have internalized prejudices about ourselves. This is common in marginalized communities. He had to learn to accept that what makes him different makes him special. And both movies had strong themes of individuality and belonging. They teach us that we should be ourselves and that we can still belong without conforming. But Addison still feels like an outsider. She wants to find her pack. We're sure to see these themes pop up again in Zombies 3.
They think we're monsters.
We are monsters.
So what could Zombies 3 be about? There are a ton of possible plot lines that we would love to see explored. The first has to do with Addison and her true identity. In the first 2 movies, Addison is really focused on helping other people. Sure, she wants to be a cheerleader and the cheer captain, but the main point of the first movie was helping the zombies. In the second movie, she wanted to help the werewolves. It's about time we get a movie that is really all about Addison. The cliffhanger makes us think this is probably the case. A meteor crashing from outer space is a pretty good indicator that aliens will be involved. Was it a meteor or was it a spaceship? It would definitely be on brand for there to be a new outsider in Seabrook. We will also find out why Addison's hair is so important. The thing that crashed caused her hair to glow blue. But what does that mean? It has to be more significant than just identifying her as an alien, right? Does Addison have special powers? That would be really cool. But the movie would need to explore why these powers just now popped up. It must have something to do with whatever crashed.
They must be testing charges for the demolition tomorrow.
Let's talk more about the crash. There's the possibility that it is a spaceship full of aliens. If Addison is an alien, what does that mean about her parents? Addison could have secretly been adopted. If that's the case, her parents have some serious explaining to do. What if they let her think she was different for her entire life without ever coming clean? And then made her cover up her hair to look like the perfect daughter. Anyway, if there are aliens in Seabrook, there could be Addison's real parents. They might be coming back to find her. Will Addison want to be with them or with the parents who raised her? Is it possible that she would choose to leave Seabrook to learn about who she really is? That would be so sad. Addison might also be a half-alien. One of her parents could secretly be from outer space. For some reason, they're trying to pass as human. Maybe they got stuck here, or maybe they are on some mission.
By order of City Council, effective immediately, all anti-monster laws are reinstated.
But what if there is no spaceship? Maybe the meteor that fell is something else entirely. Remember, Seabrook became prosperous because of its special energy source. Seabrook power was destroyed in Zombies 2. The werewolves reclaimed the moonstone so they could charge their necklaces and save their lives. Seabrook might need a new source of energy. It's possible that without Seabrook power harnessing the power of the moonstone, Seabrook is struggling. The meteor could be a new source of energy for the town. There's another possibility for it too. Remember how Eliza had a theory about zombies evolving? She thinks they might not need their Z-bands anymore. It's true that Zed was able to control himself from attacking, and he was able to put the Z-band back on. But what if the meteor is actually a way for zombies to fully integrate? They can keep their zombie strength without endangering the people around them. Eliza's comment was too significant to ignore. We think zombies evolving could come into play in the third movie. Milo Manheim has his own theory about Zombies 3, and we have to admit it's a good one. Zed and Zoe live with their dad, who became a foreman overseeing the demolition of Seabrook Power. He's a great dad, and Zed and his sister are both really happy. But what happened to their mom? Fans asked this after the first movie. They have to have a mom, right? But she is never mentioned. Milo said again that no one knows what happened to her. Is she even alive? Who knows? He said that sometimes the cast would talk about it and come up with their own theories. He suggests that finding out what happened to their mom should be a plot point in the third movie. There's a huge age difference between Zed and Zoe, so Zed has to remember his mom. It's possible that she went missing. Maybe she escaped Zombie Town and Seabrook. She might have gone looking for a cure to help all of the zombies. Or she might have just gotten tired of being segregated. But what if she has something to do with the crash from outer space? Maybe Addison and her abilities are part of a cure for the zombies. It would be cool if Zed's mom got help from an alien civilization. Then zombies wouldn't have to wear their bands anymore. They can have powers without losing their minds. We really want to know what happened to Zed's mom. And that's a wrap. Let us know your Zombies 3 theories in the comment section.
When you put it on, you'll be transformed into a werewolf.
Thanks for watching, hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. See you next time on The Things.